I am Demetress Harrell, and for more than 35 years, I have invested much of my career in end-of-life care. I have served in many capacities on boards at the national and state level, and to me, it is important that we recognize that individuals need time to grieve. When we look around society and the world, and even today, we are seeing more loss. Death occurs today, this afternoon, tonight, but it is never something we are comfortable talking about. And so we must improve our emotional intelligence when working with those who are experiencing loss. I could only imagine what it is like to lose a child. I know what it is like to lose a parent. I recognize that every single day we within our organization take care of pediatric patients. Even my youngest has been someone 2 years of age. But yet we have taken care of babies that were immediately born and transitioned onto our hospice program. But improving our emotional intelligence starts with defining the importance of recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions, and committing to the influence of recognizing the emotions of other people. It combines with both interpersonal skills, how we relate to ourselves, and how we relate to others. Today society is fast. It moves, it guides, it does not allow time for social interactions. So I want to leave you with 4 points of reference. 1, self-awareness, noticing and understanding other people's emotions. When grief hits, it hits by storm. And when you see someone going through emotional trauma or the experience of loss, we need to know how to address it. Self-management, regulating our own emotions and impulses and reactions and staying calm under pressure. Number 3 is social awareness, understanding others' emotions and being able to employ empathy and reading social cues. We also have to have relationship management as our final emotional intelligent key element. That is influencing, coaching, communicating effectively, and being able to help resolve conflict. You see, all people need is for you to know that they are there, and for us to exhibit compassion and recognize they need someone to care. Can you imagine a older senior adult losing their only companion and the person that they spent many years with, 50, 60 years of marriage, and then that individual has departed from their life? They have many stories to tell, much to share, and much to acknowledge. But yet, oftentimes, they have no one to talk to. So we must make it a point to give people time to share their grief. I am Demetress Harrell, and this is Grief TV. Hello, I am Demetress Harrell, CEO for Hospice in the Pines, and for more than 35 years, I have worked in the senior end-of-life care industry. I have held the hands of those who have transitioned from this life to death. Yet it has been my greatest passion and privilege to support those who have been suffering from loss. I recognize that the value of cultivating a framework to provide compassionate evidence and informed framework to understand their grief and take actionable steps toward healing. Over the years, I have guided individuals to acknowledge that grief is a process and not a timeline. Grief unfolds in waves, cycles, ripples, and various patterns. Cultivating a healthy reflection in the window oftentimes is something we don't like to look through. But I believe that the grief atlas to navigating a healthy plan will be beneficial to you. And it begins with one of the most important aspects of healing. One must acknowledge and sit in their grief. You must experience it. You must create a safe space and have private and quiet time so that you can be in touch with the moment of your grief. You must also avoid pressing or reaching for that move on button. In today's society, people want us to get over it, but it takes time. We must seek support, both emotional, spiritual, and mental support, and create meaningful rituals. Be guided and mindful of our physical, our emotional, and our mental health. A grief atlas is creating your own atlas, and it begins on the standpoint of you developing and curating a guide to supporting your grief experience. The process will help you internalize grief by becoming more self-aware of your triggers as well as your emotional patterns and enhance your coping. There are practical exercises like journaling, meditation that will be beneficial in reframing loss and also provide insight to your coping applications. You know, one of the greatest benefits that we can offer individuals is the emotional intelligence of self-awareness. Not only self-awareness of yourself, but that of others. And one of the greatest gifts that we can give is listening. And I want to say thank you for listening to Demetress Harrell on Grief TV.